Hi, welcome back to my sewing room. Believe it or not, we were just here yesterday. So if you didn't see the video I posted yesterday, go and check that out. I will leave a link to it. It explains a little bit of my absence and what was going on with me and my sewing and my channel and all of that. But yeah, I won't get into it. You'll have to check out that video to see. In this video, I am going to be sewing the dress that I am wearing, which is Simplicity S9738. It's a vintage reproduction, one of the newer ones that just came out. I'm wearing it. So I'm going to be sewing this dress in this video. I'm going to be sharing with you footage from my trip to go visit Haley from Haley Marie Vintage in Indianapolis, where we went fabric shopping at this adorable fabric shop called the French Seam. So you'll have to check out her video. She posted it earlier today. And I'm also going to be sharing with you what it was I purchased, how much I spent. Do not watch this, husband. And all of those things. So welcome back to the channel. I hope you stick around. There will be lots more content coming from me more regularly now that I am learning to manage my time and health and family and all of those things. So thank you guys for being here. Let's get into the video, and we're going to get into the fabric and the final photos of this dress at the very end. So let's get into it. I'm so glad I got to meet up with Haley. Even though I'm wearing a dress already made and we had plans to make dresses that coordinated for this trip, I'm wearing the dress from my make that I really loved. I was going to use this Ralph Lauren I got for $2.99 and this other really inexpensive quilting cotton to just sort of throw together this Simplicity pattern at the last minute. A cute little sundress. I had so much going on with work, so little time, so little fabric. That's why I'm mixing the two. I thought I could get this done fairly quickly in time for our trip, but things happen. I got all of the pieces cut out, got my fabric prepped, and then I started to feel a little bad. I thought I was just a little bit tired from work, so I said, you know what, I'll wear a dress that I already have and go meet up with Haley anyway to go to the French Seam. Hi, Haley. We're at the French Seam. This should be fun. In hindsight, I could hear it just then in my voice, the things that were to come, but I was just so happy to be in a fabric shop with a friend. They were having their anniversary sale, so we were so excited to be there and to be together. We hadn't seen each other in person in a year. I'm looking at me, looking at all the fabric. I look a little funny to me. You will find out why, but I was trying to make the best of it because, like I said, I was just so excited to be there and be with Haley and to fabric shop, which I will show you all of my purchases in the end of this video. My friend who does not stop me from purchasing fabric.
I will never stop anyone from purchasing fabric.
That's a good friend. This place was beautiful. The staff was amazing. We are very happy to be here. And mostly everything in here they have online. You're not going to get the good anniversary sale we got, but it's mostly all online. You could buy a designer dress cheaper than that. I'm like, I am a designer. What do you mean? I loved this fabric shop. I loved that brand of fabric. The cake was really good too. But I started to notice a theme that Haley pointed out in the fabrics that I was picking. But I have that Vogue pattern, and I really wanted to shop with it in mind. So I was able to get the yardages that I needed to be able to complete that pattern. Of course, everything that I liked was super expensive. Even with the 30% off, I did purchase silk that I cannot afford, but I am still very, very excited for it. And I can't wait to show you guys everything that I purchased. And this was it. This was a beautiful fabric shop. I look forward to shopping online from them as well. They were so sweet. It was just a wonderful experience to be there with them. They were happy to have us, and we were happy to be there. And it was just really, really a great experience up until the moment that it wasn't. As the day progressed, I started to feel worse and worse. We went to dinner and called it an early night after strolling through downtown because I just wasn't feeling well. So last day of our trip, I started to feel bad last night, and Haley took me to the doctor this morning, and I have strep throat. So we're ordering in and gonna catch up on some of our favorite YouTubers. And so yeah, that happened. I'm so sorry it happened. I'm looking forward to meeting up with Haley again. I'm gonna go see her in her town very soon to make up for that. So upon returning home and a few days of rest and antibiotics, I said I'm going to finish the dress. This was supposed to be only a dress that took a few hours. That's why I started it at the last minute. But yes. So on day one of my sewing of this dress, I was able to get all of the pieces cut out. I was able to get them stay stitched the way the pattern calls for, pinned together, and everything basted in place. They want you to baste it and then let it hang overnight, and then you can finish it in the next day. I, of course, did not come back to it the next day, but it literally is a 2-day dress. Like, it totally is. But we know how I operate, and so for me it wasn't, but it's a very, very simple, very cute dress. I will say that this pattern runs a little big, so that's something to watch out for. I cut my usual size 18 that I cut with these reproductions from Simplicity, but also too, my diet has changed drastically since finding out that I am allergic to everything, so perhaps my measurements have changed a little bit, but the 18 does end up being pretty big. I probably could have done a 14, so that's something to pay attention to if you do this pattern. Wasn't really sure what that instruction meant about if it allowed it to drop or whatever. If you know what that means, let me know, but I did allow this to hang for a few days. So after the dress has hung, which in my case has been a few days, we are going to now stitch all of the seams that we basted. So I headed over to the sewing machine. I will not bore you again with the footage of me doing the seams. I then had to do the straps. So there's 4 of those. You fold them right sides together, get them pressed, get them stitched, leaving one side open, and then you turn them, which is a process that I really do not enjoy, but got that done. I won't bore you with all of the details of this dress because it is so simple. So if you're looking for a simple dress to sew up, I definitely recommend. So what you just see me do was baste down the straps, and now I am going to work on the facing, which is equally as simple. You're going to stitch pieces 6 and 7 together, and then you are going to stitch 1/4 of an inch on the bottom to finish that raw edge. It's pretty simple. Then you take the facing, get it all pinned right sides together to the blouse. The bodice rather, I did struggle a little bit with that V, getting the facing right on that, clipping to the dot and stitching to the dot and all of that. But those are things that I always sort of struggle with, just like the neatness of my sewing. But that is the most complicated part of this dress. And for most people, that's probably not complicated at all. This was such an easy dress. So lastly, we're at zipper, which I have started to put in by hand. I like it a lot better. Seems like they cooperate better for me when I'm more in control of my stitches. Like I said, I do sometimes struggle with the preciseness of my machine stitching and my neatness. So, and I also love any chance to practice my hand stitching. So I sewed the zipper in by hand. I then hem the dress and it is done. I am going to go put it on and then meet you back here where we can talk about the fabrics that I purchased on this trip. So here's the final dress. It is Simplicity S9738. It is very easy to sew. I like it. It's a little big, like I said, but I can definitely see me sewing up a few of these for the summer as like swimsuit cover-ups and just cute pajamas, all of the things. Like, I love this pattern. This was a very simple pattern to make, very quick to make, and I love it. And shout out to my friend Brittany for my haircut. I love it too. So now we can get into the fabric from the French seam. Here is that receipt. It also has my item numbers in case you choose to pick up something from there. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into the fabric. Some of these I bought with that Vogue pattern in mind, but you know how I get and how sporadic my sewing can get, so I can't guarantee that's what I'm going to make with them. But I do know that these are really good quality. I love the French seam. I've been looking online at some other things I want to purchase from them. So mock-ups will be made. I'm not going to waste this fabric. I'm not going to make a dress that's too big like the one that I am wearing. Yes. Let's start with this one. It is one of my favorites. I want to make sure I get this right. Okay, so this is the Fuqua Raccoon by Nani Iro. It's a linen. I got 3 yards of it at $31 a yard for a total of $94 for this. It would have been $134.97, so I saved $40.50. It is a really, really high quality linen. I definitely think it was worth it. It feels great. Okay, and then we have Raccoon by Nani, and it is a silk lawn. I got 2 yards of this at $41 a yard for a total of $82.58. I do not know exactly what I'm going to do with this, but I fell in love with it. I want to make a really nice, versatile blouse out of this. I don't have a pattern selected. If you have a pattern number in mind, please feel free to share. But I definitely want to stick this in my stash and save it for just the right occasion. I really, really love it. I'm looking at my receipt now and I'm realizing there was not a huge difference in price between these two. I kind of wish I had got a little more of that, maybe less of that. I'm not sure, but I was sick, so I have an excuse. My brain wasn't in the right place. Okay, so next we have a Big Flower Natural Garden Cotton Linen Poplin. And this one was $16.79 a yard. And I got 2 yards for $33.58. So next we have this Peacock Yarn Dyed Cotton. And I got almost 3 yards of it for $9.80 a yard. So $28.18 is what I paid for this. It was not enough to make what I was trying to make, so I ended up going in with this one because it was very similar. I wanted to match with this, and so for this one, it's the one I got the most of, and I had got 4.5 yards of this at $9.80 a yard for $44.10, and it feels really, really good quality cotton. It's not linen like I thought it was. It's dyed cotton, but it's really, really good quality. So that was all that I picked up while we were there. I tried to restrain myself. And like I said, and you've seen, I was sick and just kind of fighting through it. So yeah, I spent a total of $302.71. But I had not been fabric shopping in a very, very long time. I hadn't seen Haley in a long time, and I hope to see her again very soon. I am very, very happy with my purchases, and so, yeah, I cannot wait to sew them up. I thank you guys for being here. I really, really appreciate you. Let me know what your favorites are, what you would like to see me sew up first, and I will see you in my next video that is soon and sure to come.